Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Hello everyone, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live, and thank you to those of you that are watching the replay of this video. What we're going to cover in this video is the astrology of the new moon that's happening in the sign of Scorpio this Thursday, November 4th. And what I usually do is I talk about the general energies of the new moon, astrologically, what they mean. I also talk about the aspects that are going on between the moon and other planets. So this is a conjunction between the sun and the moon when it's a new moon. What are the aspects that they're making together to other planets? We also look at if there's any fixed stars connected to these new and full moons, because if there are, it makes them powerful stargates that open up those multidimensional portals for us to do moon magic and moon rituals. And then I've added a very special aspect to these new and full moon readings where we go over the gene keys, the gene key of the new moon, or the two gene keys that represent the new and the full moon. And then I go over the Sabian symbol for the moon and the Chandra symbol for the moon, which give us more of that symbolism that I just absolutely love. And then we go over all of the signs and I tell you where it's happening in your chart. So pretty epic broadcast that we have in store for you today. Before we jump into the content, I do want to invite you guys to get on my email list by downloading my free moon astrology guide. It will tell you what your psychic gifts are based off of your moon sign. So if you're very clairvoyant or clairsentient, and what that means for you depending on what sign your moon is in. And every Wednesday, I send out a weekly moon magic report, which tells you the horoscope for the week. And people really love it because they like having the preview of the week ahead and what they can do to prepare themselves. So let me say hi to everybody that's in the chat. Hello, Ping. Welcome in. Maria, hello. Shannon, how's it going? I'm going to get back to you after this. Don't worry. Veronica, how are you? And Sherry, hello, welcome in. And thank you to those of you that are here, not necessarily in the chat, but just watching and hanging out. These can be pretty fun broadcasts. The other exciting news that I have, besides make sure that you hit the like button and that you subscribe and hit the notification bell, is that I have officially released my Moon Goddess Essential Oil Blend and mala. The moon goddess essential oil blends comes either in a aura mist. It also comes in a roller. The roller has fractionated coconut oil as the base, and the aura mist has distilled water as the base. I use like the best ingredients ever. These are perfect for working with moon magic, moon rituals, ceremonies, all that stuff. Also activating your truth. It's got frankincense in it, jasmine, osmanthus, bergamot, and myrrh. And I add elderberry extract to the roller, and also to the aura mist, honeysuckle extract. So these are amazing. I literally use them every single day. Like you can mist yourself after your shower. You can even use it you could use it as a deodorant. I don't think you have to be careful of skin sensitivities with the spray, but you can definitely mist your body. And with the roller, you just put it on your wrists and behind the ears like a perfume, and it's amazing. This is the most like goddess smell ever. Ever. I use them every single day and I'm freaking in love with them. And the other part of that release is the mala. So the moon goddess mala, and there's pictures of way better pictures of all this stuff on my Etsy channel. But this moon goddess mala is made with pearls, rose quartz, gold-filled beads. There's a little bit of clear quartz in there. There is a rainbow moonstone in it as well. And it's got these really sweet charms instead of tassel. I've been designing these recently and I really enjoy this design. It's got a druzy stone and crystal that looks like a little full moon that I just love. A pendant that says moon goddess, which I hand stamp. A hanging moon, and then also a rose to symbolize the sisterhood of the rose, Mary Magdalene, Mother Mary energies, and the little feather for goddess Isis. So if you're interested in getting the set, you can get it now on my Etsy shop. And you can just purchase the mala or the mala and the oils or just the oils. And you'll see once you select the options, it'll show you there's different prices for everything. But I have just I think I've already sold like a few and they are going to sell out because I will run out of stuff and I'll have to order more things. So if you want one, make sure that you do that soon. I also have a sale running right now on Etsy. It's my holiday sale, running from now until the end of December. And the Starseed malas are on sale. The Starseed essential oil blends are on sale. The moon goddess necklace is on sale, which that one is like I hand wire it with gold-filled wire. It's like beautiful. And I put each crystal representing each of the moon centers on it to help you balance your moon centers. And some of the other things are on sale as well. And I'm creating more products to add throughout, this next couple of months. Speaking of the moon centers, the other thing I wanted to share with you guys, I actually should do a screen share so that you can really see what we're dealing with here. I might just do this every time for everybody that's here for the first time and watching it so that they can connect to it. So in a moment, I'm going to share my screen with you. And what I want to share with you is that as of today, the moon goddess training, which is beginning in the month of January, is now officially open for registration. And as soon as the screen pops up here we go, 0553, should pop up any second now. You'll see the sign up page, which is what I'm trying to show you. When you go to the link in the description, you will get directed to this page. This is my courses webpage. I have more than just this course here, but this is the one that I'm promoting right now. The Moon Goddess training is really about stepping into your power as a woman. It is about letting yourself move with grace in your life. Hello, Valerie. Welcome in. It is about learning all these different and powerful things. Initiating yourself into the mystery schools of Hathor, learning about what your specific, skilled, intuitive gift is and how you can strengthen that, and also how you can strengthen all of the other gifts. We learn about the astrology of the moon goddess and all the aspects in your natal chart that tell you what type of goddess you embody. We literally cover all of those things. And we look at the asteroids, the goddess asteroids, as well as other key points in the chart to look at how all this energy is embodied in your chart. We also learn about, like I said, the moon centers, which is really a tool to help you balance your emotions and understand your flow, your unique flow of emotions. Just like the moon flows from one sign to the other, so do we women flow from one emotion to the other. But you can lift yourself up, which is the goal of the entire, like really the program, is to lift your frequency. And one of the focuses for the January event, which it always keeps evolving, is the fact that I'm going to add more practices to actually help elevate us so that by the end of the training, we will be in like a completely balanced and harmonious state in terms of all of our moon centers. The Kundalini yoga practices that I want to add will help us to do that, will activate us. Plus, not to mention the fact that it is a program that begins on the new moon in Aquarius, which is a spiritual activation. And the thing that I'm adding as well to the January training is Akashic Records journeys. And I'll open up the Akashic Records, we'll dive in, and we will discover things about ourselves. So I am just super excited about this program. You can read some reviews from people that have worked with me on this page. There's a video as well if you want to watch it, although I did upload the video onto, let's see if it plays for me. Anyways, I have to check that. But the reason why I'm going to be promoting this almost every time that I go live is because there's a early bird discount going on right now until the end of November. And the early bird discount is $175. So you can either pay that in full or you can split that into two payments of 90, two monthly payments. And I recommend obviously paying it in full because you pay a little more with the payments, but I will always offer the payments. But that price is going to go up to $222 starting in December. So if you feel called, watch the video I uploaded earlier today and give yourself a chance to dive into this magical experience. Thank you for letting me share that with you guys. And I want to dive into the astrology of this moon. So actually, let's just go back here and I'm just going to switch the screen. So we're looking at the transits and you should be able to see them. And I'm also going to write on this chart. So the cool thing about this broadcast is that it gives you the opportunity to learn a little bit of astrology, learn how the astrology works. Yes. I love that, Sherry. And the women that are in the training right now have been telling me that they're just having amazing experiences. They're feeling activated in ways that they hadn't been. It really is an expansive thing. It really opens you up and takes you to that next evolutionary phase of you here on this earth. But this is how you tell if you are looking at a new moon, which is the sun conjunct the moon. By the way, I have right now in front of me my 2 Lemurian seed crystals. This one's pretty amazing. In my Akashic Records certification that I'm doing right now, working with crystals is a huge part of what I'm being told is how I work with the Akashic Records. It doesn't surprise me because I have a lot of connections with ancient Lemuria, which is where they worked with crystals. But this one is, it looks like a rocket ship, I guess this way. I don't know if you can see it, but it kind of looks like a rocket ship that can take you places. But these 2 crystals help us connect with the energy of ancient Lemuria. And for me, it helps me to channel. So I'm going to always have those with me whenever I do any broadcasts, any readings, any of that stuff. But this is how you tell that we're looking at a new moon. The sun and the moon are together and they're on the same degree. Now, these happen to be at 12 degrees. And this is the charts for Thursday, November 4th. It's around 2:15 p.m. and that would be Pacific time. That's when the the new moon is happening. Now, in general, when we think of Scorpio, a Scorpio new moon or even a Scorpio full moon, it's about the shadows coming into light. It's about facing our shadows. A lot of the Scorpio energy has to do with shamanic death rituals, letting go of the old, bringing in the new, making space for the new, facing your deeper truth, moving forward despite fear, being courageous in the face of adversity and change, and like when things fall apart, finding the courage to continue to move forward. This specific new moon is about setting intentions as to how you're going to transform and embrace and surrender to the unfolding of your life's path and your sacred journey. And there are some specific aspects that are going on with this moon. The main one, which is quite significant, is there is an exact opposition to the planet Uranus. And here's where I'm going to talk about the polarity between Taurus and Scorpio and the significance of this specific moon and the next full moon in relation to the nodes switching into North Node Taurus, South Node Scorpio next year. So next year, the North Node is going to be in Taurus and the South Node is going to be in, let me draw that where you can actually see it. So the North Node is going to be in Taurus and the South Node is going to be in Scorpio, which means that collectively, what we are going to be asked to do is to let go of the drama, like bring light to the shadows so that we can transform them, to rise like the phoenix, to let go of old karmic patterns. We may fall back, but we need to get ourselves back up and find the true stability and the true wisdom that comes with being grateful for everything that you actually have. Oh my God, there's 12 in the chat. That's so funny. Being grateful for everything that you have right now in this moment, because the Taurus rules the world of right here, right now, the things that are in front of you that you can touch and feel and have an experience of with your senses. Hello, Kate. Welcome in. Yes, I'm very excited about this moon too. So the fact that we have Sun and Moon in Scorpio at 12 degrees, exactly opposing Uranus in Taurus at 12 degrees, is highlighting what's coming. Plus, the North Node, when it's transiting through Taurus next year into 2023, will eventually make a conjunction with the North Node, which I think is going to shake things up. Like Uranus in Taurus can be like an earthquake, where electricity, or like a storm that really rattles our physical environment. The reason this is happening now is because humanity is changing at a deep level. And Taurus also in astrology rules the earth as well as Venus. But if you think about in heliocentric astrology, where you have the sun in the center, the earth rules the sign of Taurus. And when Uranus is in Taurus, it shakes things up. Volcanoes erupting, earthquakes, storms, electric storms. Those are the things that we're already seeing in the collective. Like just the earth is kind of waking up. The electromagnetic energy is waking up and it's rising and it's getting stronger. It's almost like the storm is here, and we are here to experience that as a way of learning how to let go of whatever we thought humanity was, so that humanity can collectively evolve and move forward towards the future. There's so many prophecies about this time. I was just listening to the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, which I'm going to be explaining what they are in this week's Moon Goddess training. Hermetic Alchemy and the Mystery Schools is also one of the topics that we cover in the Moon Goddess training. Almost like a little bit of everything, but one of the things that Thoth says in one of the tablets is that, when we see humans reach a point to where it's at right now, that's when the real fight or the battle between the light and the dark will begin. And who will win is up to everyone and every single one of us plays a role in that. That's why when we think of the nodes, the current transiting nodes, it's important to remember that we are a collective. And so I can see how seeing South Node Scorpio, when it comes to the fact that wherever your South Node is going to be transiting in your chart next year is going to feel like a death, a shamanic death ritual that will transform you, test you, challenge you, and ask you to surrender. And it's hard to surrender. Surrender to the truth of who you are and who you are becoming, and letting go of anything that is not that for you. There's also, you can activate certain timelines as well. You can activate timelines by bringing in, for one, powerful practices of Kundalini yoga, Akashic, diving into the Akashic records, finding information, looking for it, asking the right questions. Astrology readings can also help you discover and uncover the secrets of, your mission here on Earth, your journey here as this physical being on the planet. But the fact that we have this opposition right here with this new moon, and it's pretty much exact, it's about the polarity between the darkness and the light. It's the polarity between the underworld and the earthly world. This would be the difference between, heaven and hell in a way. Taurus can move up to the heavens by way of Venus, and Venus will be the ruler of the North Node. So wherever Venus is in transit all of next year and 18 months starting in January is what will determine how we experience that energy, how it's reflecting itself within the collective, and then wherever Venus is in your own chart, within you individually. So these are things, and Venus can be the evening star, although during this transit, significantly and synchronistically, she's going to be the morning star. She will start becoming the morning star after she conjuncts the sun and ends her journey through the underworld. So Scorpio is about taking that journey through the underworld. And the duality here, this can be, in a general sense, moon and sun opposed Uranus is unpredictability, intense emotions, all of those things may come up, right? Because Uranus shakes things up. But when we look at the deeper meaning of this duality and the fact that it will be very present next year, we need to think that this moon is actually the key to setting ourselves up for success for 2022. So what are some of the other things that this moon is doing? There is a square to Saturn. So Saturn over here in Aquarius, it's not an exact square, but it's there. And this just brings in a wave or an energy of get serious about it. It's a sobering experience. You must deal with what comes up. There is no choice but to deal with it. Hello, Joan. Welcome in. They're also going to be making a trine to Neptune. Again, it's not exact, but it's there and it's showing us the way. This is a positive energy with the trine to Neptune because, for one, it activates our intuition and it opens up our ability to feel and love and be empathic, clairsentience, to open up the heart so that you can feel that compassion for others in the world. What is significant during, this whole week actually, and into next week is that Venus actually finds herself on the galactic center. And the galactic center is the black hole at the center of the Milky Way galaxy, which holds the stories, right? The Akashic records of the history of our solar system and our planets. And it is believed to be a portal by which many of the star beings travel through. Of course, that technology in this dimension, we just can't fathom. We can't understand because this is such a dense dimension that it's almost impossible to feel like we could travel through light. But that's literally what these star beings do. They're in the higher dimensions, so they travel through light. They travel through even astral travel, even taking those journeys. The mind is one of the things we're going to be talking about this weekend in the Moon Goddess training is everything is mind. And the mind both lives in the world of the here and the now in the physical, but also in the ethereal. Because you can't say that your thoughts are actually a real thing in the physical. Do you agree with that? Like, what thoughts, you can't see them, you can't touch them, you can't taste them. You feel them. You can feel emotions connected to your thoughts, but you can't actually, well, you could say, well, my thoughts are my brain, but is that really your thoughts? I don't think so. Consciousness, and we're taking this way out there now, consciousness is beyond just the physical body. That's why when you die, your consciousness continues on. That part doesn't die. You let go of your body, but your consciousness continues on. So it's not possible for it to be physical. Therefore, when you think of the mind, you think of the ethereal world, the light, frequency in general. Thoughts actually create frequencies. They can measure them, but they can't see them. Interesting, right? Anyways, there's a connection here to the galactic center, to the history of our universe and why we're here and where we're going, right? The Akashic is the whole thing. Past, present, and future all in one. When you go into quantum astral healing journeys, which I offer on my website, or which I studied under Dolores Cannon, quantum healing hypnosis therapy, that is what it is. The Akashic Records is the quantum field, and just getting key points of information, just like we would from the galactic center, through meditation or ritual or journeys. When you get those key information, key words, key thoughts, key ideas, then you can literally manifest them into reality. But it's looking at the infinite and then accessing your higher potential from there, because past, present, future, all timelines are there. So this is a really powerful freaking moon. And she, Venus herself is also going to be making a sextile to Mercury, which brings in fun, like a joyful, playful energy. I think that's going to be really cool. When I saw that this moon was happening at 12 degrees, I was actually really excited, because at 12 degrees happens to be a star called Alphecca. Speaking of Hermes, I mean, oh my God, these things are all like meshing together in my brain. I swear it's like a soup now. To try to pull out the little things that I'm trying to say, the expression is like the soup, and I'm like, how do I explain the soup? The Alphecca is one of the Bohemian stars of magic, which were named by Hermes Trismegistus, who was one of the Greek gods. And then for the Egyptians, the name of that same god was Thoth. And Thoth was, Hermes was the one that put out the 7 laws of Hermetic alchemy. And Hermetic alchemy has survived through the ages. And the reason it has survived through the ages is because it was never made into a creed. Like, it was never made into a religion. It just is. It literally is truth. It's the truth of the universe. You can't kill it by making it too human, but somehow it has avoided being made into something concrete, because it's the laws of the universe. Anyways, Alphecca is, and if you want to see what it looks, oh, wait, hang on. Alphecca is one of these stars, Bohemian stars of magic, which are the stars where you can literally do like magic rituals. These are the stars that you want to use during ritual and ceremony for activating the stargates and opening up those multidimensional portals. You can do your own little astral travel journey, your own past life regression through a meditation, during this time. These are some of the things that I teach you how to do in the Moon Goddess training. But Alfeka, the energy of Alfeka is love, it's integrity, it's artistic creativity, it's earned respect, so hard work. And it is the quiet achiever, so not necessarily the one that's out there in the world and famous for it, but just achieving in its own essence, in its own self. That is what you can awaken within yourself during this time. Hello, Belinda, welcome in. And the other star that is at 3 degrees away is a star called Corona Borealis, which is, it's the crown. It's like the Northern Crown. That's what it's called. It's the constellation of the Northern Crown. This constellation has connections to ancient Avalon. So if you have anything in your chart around this area, you have a connection to ancient Avalon. Ancient Avalon was the high priestesses, the sisterhood of the rose, the lineage of Mary Magdalene, obviously Jesus, but the sacred feminine lineage, Mother Mary, and then beyond that, Anna, grandmother of Jesus, her mother, and then goddess Isis, and then before that, Hathor, and when they used to worship Hathor. So the priestesses, the ancient priestesses, this is a powerful feminine, sacred feminine activation, this moon. So just super charged is what I would say about this moon. There's many, many layers of power within this moon. And you can access and like link into any of those that you feel calls you. Like, do you feel like the opposition to Uranus is something that is inspiring you? Well, then feel into that. Your ritual, your ceremony, your setting of intentions is, how am I going to step into the revolution of my own life, right? The revolution of my own soul, like, and advocate for change for myself. If you feel called to, the fact that this moon is connected to those fixed stars, it's like, well, the ancient priestess lineage, like, how do I step more into my own sacred lineage? And those are just little ideas that you can use to help you connect you with these energies. Because otherwise they're just all thoughts and words. But you want to experience this moon, and to have like an actual physical experience of it. To have that experience, you need to bring it into your body somehow. And that's what rituals are for. Hello, Steph. Hello, Maybell. That's what rituals are for, and ceremonies. And they connect us. They help us to merge all these things together. So one of the coolest things is that right around this area of the sky, 12 degrees of Scorpio, is found the 44th gene key. So if you are a 12 degree Scorpio sun, meaning if on November 4th, or I guess, yeah, anyways, if 4th or 3rd, because the degrees are slightly off from our birthdays, by the way. Like, technically, I think my birthday, even though it's June 3rd, my sun doesn't technically enters 15 degrees of Gemini the day before or the day after. Isn't that funny? But anyways, like, the actual technical astrological birthday is the day before or the day after. But this energy of 12 degrees of Scorpio is actually where the 44th gene key is found. So if you have this degree of a sun, then this energy that I'm going to kind of talk about is your life's work. Does anyone have a 12 degree Scorpio sun? It's like a few degrees before and a few degrees after. So 11, 12, 13 degrees sun in Scorpio is going to be, your life's work is the 44th gene key. Which, guess what? The 44th gene key is about karmic relationships. There's a beautiful connection between, there's groupings of gene keys that align together with these powerful phrases, words, descriptive energies, and there are certain rings, right? Holy Mother of God, because Illuminati, I can't believe you just came in. I'm literally talking about you through the astrology. But basically, this 44th gene key, which if you have the sun at 12 degrees or 11 or 13 of Scorpio, this is your life's work. It's about karmic relationships, but it's also connected to the ring of the Illuminati. It's crazy, right? But it's not the Illuminati that we think of the Illuminati. It's the Illuminati as in the ones that bring the light to the world. Speaking of Hermetic alchemy, the ones that bring the light, the Hermetic alchemy, the Hermeticism, the laws of the universe bring the light to the world. The ancient practices of the mystery schools bring light to the world. And that's what this gene key is about. It's like the ring of the Illuminati, but it's about karmic relationships. The shadow of the 44th gene key is interference. This also, you can add this layer to everything we just talked about. The shadow of the 44th gene key is called interference, which is basically like you're going on your path and then there's interference. The interference are the karmic relationships. So your soul is here to evolve. And yes, karmic relationships help you to evolve. But when you get stuck in certain karmic cycles, then you don't evolve. And that is interfering with your life's path, which is to technically, essentially, not technically, but essentially find the people that actually belong in your life, not the ones that don't, not the ones that interfere with your path. I mean, this is huge stuff coming out. This is huge, you guys. I can feel it right now. I just grabbed my crystal because I'm like, just keep it going. It is about finding, because the gift of the 44th gene key is teamwork. But that's just a word that doesn't really describe what it is. The essence of the gift is to recall the people that resonate with your fractal lines. What does that mean? With your path, with your mission, with your soul's mission. Especially if you're a starseed, you are here on a mission. So to find those that are connecting in that way, it's subtle, but you know it when you meet them. You feel the alignment, you feel the connection. You don't have to do anything with that. You just know you have found someone that is on your fractal line, on that mission line, not karmic line, but mission and destiny, right? Which is, it's different. Karmic is the same cycles over and over. We're moving away from that. So if you are stuck in karmic cycles, it's almost like it really is like maybe you made some choices that led to certain situations that make you feel stuck. This Scorpio South Node next year and the Scorpio new moon right now is going to help you see those cycles. And what are you going to do about it? Saturn square. What are you going to do about it? The city, the divine gift of this gene key is synarchy, which is basically the coming of the queendom. All these phrases I'm getting from the Gene Keys book. I'm not even making this up. The coming of the queendom. So basically a really good example of synarchy is bees, how they all work in synastry or synarchy. So syn, S-Y-N, means to act in concert, right? Like an orchestra. They're all like moving together. They're acting in concert. And then basically archy means to like govern, right? So synarchy is collective rulership. And there's many people that talk about like the feminine rising. Why? Because when the world was run or, by the goddess, like during the age of Taurus, oh, whoa, there's a connection there. During the age of Taurus, whoa, and now North Node Taurus, there's too much coming through. Like, let's slow it down a little bit. I mean, you're going to be like, what? It's like flying in my head, everything that's coming through. But during the age of Taurus, when they worship the goddess, Hathor, dude, yeah, this is amazing. That is the moment when humanity, on the planet, that sacred feminine, when it's allowed to be in its power, in its empowerment, which is basically what you guys are learning in the Moon Goddess training, is when the world actually becomes synarchistic, I guess you could say it. Like there is a flow to it. When you truly understand the goddess, what she represents, all the layers, there's so many layers, you realize, even just watching Mother Nature herself, you can't really predict Mother Nature, but somehow she's our mother. She holds, that space for us. It's really powerful. So synarchy is the opposite of anarchy. It's collective rulership. And it does activate the quality of higher harmony. And in essence, it is about guiding us towards the golden age. It's like coming back full circle to that energy, but even bigger than before. Because last time it didn't work, but this time it will. And many, many planets have gone through this phase of reaching the golden age and ascending. The beings on the planet ascending. We're moving in that direction. And right now is a pivotal time. And that's why starseeds and light workers are being called towards their mission, to step into their mission. And what's dissolving are like the social constructs. Social constructs are dissolving. So that now what do? Well, we create a new world. Super powerful. I wanted to read to you just a little tiny section from this 44th Gene Key. By the way, if you want to learn more about this stuff, genekeys.com, get your profile. This is the Gene Keys Bible. And what I want to read to you is just a little tiny section that I thought it called my attention. I wanted to share it. So, along with its programming partner, the 24th shadow of addiction, the 44th shadow of interference represents an incredibly powerful virus that keeps people from finding relationships that are healthy and loving. This 44th shadow brings a great deal of genetic baggage from the past. Many people interpret such relationships as karmic, since the bonds seem so strong and the lessons so challenging. It may be that they are not so much karmic as transgenetic. In other words, these relationships span two separate fractals or gene pools. The shadow of addiction ensures that even if you leave such a relationship, you are immediately drawn into another, somewhere a little further along the same fractal network. The real reason for such relationships is that they are clearing houses for ancestral memory. Interference patterns that are transferred through your DNA must be resolved in order for a fractal to be cleaned. Couples or partners who are actively involved in clearing out this collective genetic dysfunction are pioneers of a coming new age. However, for the majority of the planet, dysfunction is the norm. And until two individuals in a relationship are ready to take on the ancestral interference pattern of their entire fractal, that fractal will remain dysfunctional. How crazy is that? I thought that was super interesting. That's a little taste of the Gene Keys. Yes, they are amazing. So let's look at the Sabian symbol for Scorpio, 12 degrees of Scorpio, and get a little more insight into what this moon means. You guys are doing good? There's a lot today. So the Sabian symbol for 12 degrees of Scorpio is holding an old-fashioned microphone. A talk radio host makes a number of controversial claims in an attempt to keep his audience plugged in. This is about a defiant independence of thought. Think about the energy of Uranus opposing this moon. Supplying correctives to public discussion, often through mass media, broadcast eccentric views. Cultural provocateurs court controversy and even scandal, gain attention with extreme opinions, but may end up suffering for it. This is about jolting people out of their complacency. I'm sorry. That was a mic drop one. Getting the lowdown, connecting the dots, putting together a new synthesis. staying plugged in to current affairs, staying on top of an unstable situation, ongoing analysis as new facts come to light. That's a powerful one. There's something to this energy. Something about this moon is going to bring through something controversial. And it's going to literally jolt people out of their complacency. So, here we go. That's all I'm going to say about that. Scorpio Chandra symbol for 12 degrees of Taurus. This one is interesting. Someone tells a joke and no one laughs. Discordance between inner self and outer world. Myriad forms of conflict and misunderstanding. The intensity of what has been building up inside has gone too far for too long and has become angry, vengeful, and saturated with resentment. Everything we've been talking about resembles that. Karma, Scorpio, all that energy. Meanwhile, the broader environment has come to seem in hallucinatory fashion, to exclude everything you bear, and even to grotesquely deny your chances for a meaningful life. Think about the shadow of this energy of Scorpio. And so you dramatize karmically over and again the pre-programmed sequence, of bringing out inward treasures and finding them spat upon or being given no room to let it out. This is putting it all together. A state of brooding darkness ensues. Fears and doubts multiply. However, a ray of hope exists. That's what I titled this video. You must find, despite yourself, I love that, despite yourself, new ways to express and embody, implicitly embracing and encompassing the negative reflection feedback loop and saying, I can bring myself through another way. And this time, I will take the charge off and just be authentic without expectations or assumptions. And if I do bring myself through this way, I know everybody will get the joke. I gotta read it again. Someone tells a joke and no one laughs. Discordance between inner self and outer world. Myriad of forms of conflict and misunderstanding. The intensity of what has been building up inside has gone too far for too long and has become angry, vengeful, and saturated with resentment. Think about the collective energy of South Node Scorpio. Meanwhile, the broader environment has come to seem in hallucinatory fashion to exclude everything you bear and even to grotesquely deny your chances for a meaningful life. And so you dramatize karmically over and again the pre-programmed sequence of bringing out inward treasures and find them being spat upon or being given no room to let it out. A state of brooding darkness ensues. Fears and doubts multiply. However, a ray of hope exists. You must find, despite yourself, new ways to express and embody, implicitly embracing and encompassing the negative reflection feedback loop and saying, I can bring myself through another way. And this time I will take the charge off and just be authentic without expectations or assumptions. And if I do bring myself through this way, I know everybody will get the joke, the cosmic joke. Oh my God. That was an epic way to finish that part. So do you want to know where this is happening in your chart? I haven't even drank any of my chocolate. I need a break, man. A drink break. Holy shit, that was a lot of talking. Okay, and channeling. Not just talking and channeling. All right, so who wants to know where this is happening in your chart? No, not me. I'm good. Okay, so check this out. Wherever I tell you that this new moon is happening in your chart, because I'm going to go through all the signs. I should probably do this little guy, because we like this little guy, so I can actually go through the signs. Okay. Wherever I tell you that this is happening, we're just going to go in order, is where the South Node will be next year. Put that in your head. Wherever I tell you where this new moon is happening in your chart is where the South Node will be transiting next year, which means what? This is the area of your life where you're going to have to do the letting go, the releasing, and you're going to have to focus on channeling what you learn. Your phoenix, your butterfly, that, the caterpillar that becomes the butterfly. You're the butterfly and the phoenix. If you move through those shadows, if when the light shines on your shadows, you don't get lost in the darkness. You don't lose yourself in the dark. You channel it through the North Node. So the opposite house is where the North Node is going to be next year. This is how important this is. We're going to do something special on Thursday for the ceremony because there's just no way. We're actually going to do like some meditation or something. Maybe an astral travel journey. I think we'll do a journey on Thursday for everybody. So make sure you show up for that to get you in the right space. This is not something that you want to miss this opportunity. So Aries, Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising. This new moon is happening in your 8th house of death, change, and transformation, which means that next year you're going to be going through that moment, tower moments, letting go of the old, making space for the new. And because this is the natural ruling house of Scorpio, this is where you're going to see this unfold. Very powerful changes and transformations. However, you have to channel that energy now, obviously. And in the opposite house is where the full moon eclipse is going to be happening in 2 weeks. I don't know why I just did that. But basically, this moon is in your 8th house. Death, change, transformation. What are you ready to let go of? What are you ready to activate? All right. Taurus, Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising. This moon is happening in your 7th house. Relationships. Relationships. Think about everything I just read about the 44th gene key. What relationships are interfering? Straight up. Get rid of the interference in your life. Legit relationships. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising. This is happening in your 6th house. So the intention is what routines, what cycles, what nasty. I was going to say nasty habits, but I was like, why do I got to use the word nasty? What negative habits, daily habits, are you not letting go of that you need to let go of? Like, get rid of the old, make space for the new. Cancer, Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising. This is a 5th house transit. So what old patterns that you think are helping you be creative and in your flow are really taking you away from your flow? Like, stop telling yourself like, oh, I'm being creative. No nasty. Oh God. Stop telling yourself that you're being creative when you're not, okay? Because Scorpio has a different story to tell. Something new will emerge that will activate your creativity and your passion. That's what you got to focus on. All right, Leo. And by the way, I didn't mention this, but this is Sun, Moon, Venus, rising. More specifically for rising, but there's messages for everybody here. Oh, man. Okay, Leo, Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising. 4th house transit. So, oof, that's kind of tough. So this has to do with like family karma. Familial. Okay, so this has to do with your ancestry line. This has to do with your lineage. And it has to do with the DNA. So the actual DNA lineage, your ancestors of this life. So there are certain people in your life where you are going to feel like you're going to have to cut the cords. Archangel Michael can help us through all of this. He cuts the cords. He's like slashes them. Like Scream, that Scream movie, The Ghost. So you may be letting go of relationships, connections, just cutting the cords. Like no more trauma links with people. Especially family, man. They can be hard it can be hard because we are taught that things are we're supposed to like honor, our family and all this stuff. And we are. And there's a healthy way to honor. And there's also a not healthy way to honor, which involves like you putting yourself in the position of being abused or hurt or whatever, used because you feel like it's your duty to always be there for that person. It's not. Think of the 44th gene key. What is interfering in your life? That's the shadow of this new moon is going to show you what is I'm sorry, I got it. It's coming out. That's Scorpio. What is interfering in your life in terms of family? And you got to get it out. All right, Virgo. Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising. Third house, communication. This also has to do with siblings. This is about speaking your truth, sharing your voice, communicating, also receiving downloads, being curious, learning, education. So in terms of what's getting in the way, what is interfering from your path? Yeah, dude, I know. What is interfering in your life, Virgo? Are your own thoughts interfering with your ability to express your truth? Are your own thoughts, are your own beliefs interfering? What's interfering with you speaking your truth? That's what's coming up. You better get ready. All right, Libra. Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising. Second house. So second house is the house of values, self-esteem. What's getting in the way of you realizing that you are amazing, right? That you have this powerful activation within you. Just waiting for the cue to put on some Moon Goddess essential oil blend. Just kidding. Oh, it's so good. Oh, I need a little break. Libra, this is good. This is good during Libra time. Okay. So what is getting in the way of abundance in your life? What is interfering with your abundance? What is interfering with your self-esteem? Boom. Damn. Libra. Okay, Scorpio. I mean, honestly, Scorpio, I'm just kidding. Scorpio's having a first house transit. This is in your first house. What's interfering with you like being you, boo? Let it out. Yes, Scorpio doesn't hold back. Oh boy, this is going to be fun. So what's interfering with you? You. Is it belief systems? Is it addictions? What's interfering with you like being you? Dude, that's deep. That's deep. Cut it out. Cut it out of your life. Set an intention for how you're going to cut those things in your life. I rule the world. You know what I'm saying, though? set intentions for how you are in your own like beautiful way. You're going to rule your world, you know? All right. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising. So you're actually having a 12th house transit. Ooh. Okay, so this is the world of dreams, the world of visions, the world of things that are hidden, the world of channeling those energies, getting the downloads from the universe. It's the infinite. This is the world of the Akashic records. So, what's getting in the way of your complete and full spiritual freedom? Boom. What's getting in the way of your full and complete spiritual freedom? Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising. You're having an 11th house transit. What's getting in the way of you sharing your gifts in this world with your friends, with your family? Do you have the wrong people in your life? Remember, the shadow of the 44th gene key is interference. What is interfering here? It's time to let that go, because you need to step up and share your gifts with the world. That's what this is about. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising. You are having a 10th house transit. What's getting in the way of your career? What's interfering with you freaking showing up for the world? You're Aquarius. You have to show up. Like this is your time to shine. As we move into the Aquarian age, we're kind of already in it, but we're still in a big, powerful transition. I mean, we're not officially in it, right? Remember, everything is like an orb. So it comes, it gets stronger, and then it fades. Right now, we're in the very beginning. So it can still feel like we're still back there, but we're over here at the same time. And it's like, it makes us go crazy. Aquarius, what is getting in the way of you fully stepping into your life path, your life's work, your life's journey? This is what is important here for you to realize what that is, and then to cut it out of your life, because we can't wait. Stop wasting time. Pisces. God, Jai's being really harsh today. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising. I'm trying to help you. So you're having a 9th house transit. Ooh, what is interfering with your expansion? Cut it out. What's interfering with your ability to expand your mind, to find your faith in yourself, but to discover new things that you didn't know you believed in, but you believe in, because it's from here, from your heart space, that they're coming? What is interfering? What's getting in the way of your expansion? Dude, you guys, I'm telling you, share this video out, because people need to know what that is going on right now. And this is what we're going to see all of next year. Like, this is what you're going to be doing all of next year. Whatever is getting in the way of everything I just told you is what you're going to be experiencing and dealing with next year. So you better set an intention now, and you better figure out what it is now before that shit comes around. Boom. All right. I'm done. I'm done. G-Bindi out. Just kidding. Okay. But that was really fun for me, actually. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Thank you to all the moderators who are here, although I think it was just Shannon. I think it was just Shannon. Oh my God, it's hilarious. Thank you, Shannon, for being here. I so appreciate you. Thank you, everyone watching also the replay. This was a pretty cool video. I actually enjoyed it a lot. There was so much information. Holy sheeznit. That was a lot. I actually love that. I can freaking deliver it. So take tomorrow and into, so the new moon is Thursday at like 2 p.m. Pacific, 2 through 5 p.m. Eastern. We're going to do our birds of a feather. We're going to do our oh, nice, Sherry. I love that. We're going to do our ceremony in the evening, but the new moon officially hits that afternoon, which is a good thing because when we are doing our ceremony and we do our journey and everything that I'm going to have planned for us, it's going to be like involved, okay? Before we get to the fun part of the music, but it'll be really involved and intentional because it needs to be. There's no other way to do this ceremony. And so we're in the dark moon now. So now is the time to think and process and make your list. What's coming up already? What are some of the shadows that are coming to light? What are some of the things that are getting in your way in that area of your life that I told you wherever Scorpio is in your chart so that you can start to figure out, okay, how am I going to cut this cord? There's no option. Saturn is squaring this new moon. You don't have a choice. You got to do it. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. I've gone beyond the threshold of professionalism at this point, and I'm just like full on Geminiing, as Christina Maria likes to call it. But I'm having a blast. So that's what we're going to focus on. That's what you got to focus on. And one last thing, check out the holiday sale going on Etsy. Check out the new Moon Goddess oils and the mala. These are going fast. Check out the Moon Goddess training, which is going to be epic for January. Early bird pricing through the end of November, and that's it. And the price goes up. And check out the holiday reading. If you want to do a live 1-hour session with me, check that out as well. That's only available through the end of December, and get on my email list. Okay? I love you guys, and I will see you all again tomorrow.